Glenn Hovland used his gift of aviation to literally lift others up. From his days serving his country to chasing the early high-altitude balloons at the dawn of the space age to transporting Austin's business community, Glenn was there to help. He was a pilot's pilot, accumulating over 40,000 flight hours in a unique blend of military, corporate, and research flying. Glenn grew up on a farm outside of Austin, Minnesota, and first flew in his cousin's J-3 Cub. He joined the U.S. Army Air Corps in 1941 and was assigned to Luke Field in Arizona. He joined base security in their patrol aircraft and was allowed to fly the airplane, igniting his passion for aviation. Soon after, his application was accepted to be a flying cadet. Glenn first flew in a Stearman in July 1942. His brother Vernon was killed in the Battle of the Bulge, and Army policy kept Glenn stateside as an instructor after he earned his wings. As an instructor, he trained cadets in over 10 different aircraft in Yuma, Arizona, and was a squadron commander in Pecos, Texas, and Lincoln, Nebraska. Glenn separated from the service in 1945 and eventually made his way back to Minnesota. Early on, he instructed and flew demonstration flights. Glenn used a variety of aircraft but loved his Navion, which he affectionately called Spamtown. He and Spamtown made a name for themselves among Austin's business community. He became the go-to pilot for Adlai Stevenson, various mayors, Senator Estes Kefauver, and even claimed to have flown President Eisenhower. Glenn also managed Austin Aero Service, training over 500 general aviation pilots. In 1955, Glenn was hired to fly Lockheed Lodestars across the ocean from Spain to the United States. Testing the aircraft overseas, he lost an engine on one and had to completely overhaul an engine on another, electing to leave the third one in Spain because it simply wasn't airworthy. After returning to Minnesota, Glenn made a name for himself as a high-altitude balloon chaser. In the 1950s, these balloon flights collected a lot of data used in the space race. A news article gave him credit for 756 balloon-chasing flights, but many more were never officially recorded due to the secret nature of the experiments. Despite this dramatic flying, Glenn happily continued flying for the people of Austin. He became Hormel's chief pilot when they purchased a Commander 680, King Airs, and he was instrumental in the eventual purchase of their first jet, a West Wind II. Glenn personified the best attributes of aviation, furthering our understanding of science and connecting communities. Join us in honoring Glenn Hovland's tireless efforts by welcoming him into the Minnesota Aviation Hall of Fame.